Hello everyone. So let's get started with the assignment 1 for object-oriented programming. Um, First of all, big hello to Trace, who's joining me in this video making madness. He's going to be helping you with the C assignments, so C labs for computer technology 2 with Dennis, and I'll be focusing on Java with John. Okay, so I think the first thing we can do here is the assignment 1, um, and it's pretty easy. Although I had to do a bit of googling for it, and I had to clarify a couple of things here with John, just to make sure we are on the same page. He's looking basically for the result and a couple of names that have to be there, like calculate, grade, average, and the interface. Yes, the interface has to be created. So bits and pieces have to be created here as as per his assignment. But there's a couple of things we can do um, on our own, depending on which way you prefer. Okay, so let's not talk too long about it and get straight into um, the assignment. So basically, I assume you don't want to see all the assignment being done. You want to do a bit. So I assume because you're here, you need a bit of a Kickstarter, and that's completely fine. Every language needs a bit of guidance at the beginning. It's not like I knew Java. I had to go through a lot of videos before. So now, because I went through it, I think I'm competent enough to tell you how to start this assignment, so I hope it's going to help you in a way. But obviously, you can do it yourself. You can go on YouTube and Google bits and pieces and start doing it. So it's not like you can't do it. But I know you have a lot of work to do, and you don't have as much time as we all wish we had. So I hope that's going to help. Anyway, so this is my assignment here. So there's a couple of files that I created for this assignment, and I think if we go through calculate grade, student Java, and then a bits and pieces in student progress, which is like the main program I made. That's my name. John didn't ask for any specific name, so that's why I called it students progress. Um, so I think if we go just through a bit of it, then you'll get the gist of it. You'll know what to do with the rest of it. So I'm gonna create. So let's do this. Let's cd to my dt249 slash 3 sem oop. I don't know why I call those folders in such a strange way. mk directory. Okay, so I'm using my CS50 IDE on Cloud9. Obviously, you can use your computer with Notepad++ and the command line and JDK on your computer. You can use any other IDE that you prefer. This is my preference because not only I have to use the terminal and the command line, but also it's very user friendly and it's all in one place. So this is my preference, but obviously you can do it in your notepad and then run it with your command line command prompt on your Windows if you install JDK on your computer and follow the steps that I showed on my website. Oh, sorry. You want a code, you go here, Java, setting up for Java, and it's explained there how to install your Java on your computer and use it with the command prompt on Windows. And also I explain how to install, sign up and get an access to this ID. Okay, so make dir. So I cd, which means change directory to whatever, to my path, and then I say make directory, and I'll call it assign. I think I spelled it right. Assignment video. I'll just call it that way because I have my assignment 1 folder, obviously. And as you can see, it got uploaded here. So it's in that folder here. Obviously, I can just like right click and say, open my terminal here, which is kind of like cheating because I think it's better if we learn how to move around your files with the command line. So cd assignment video. Okay, so I'm there, and I'm going to start with question 1. So create a calculate grade interface which specifies two methods: calculate grade average and assign grade. And what is interface? Like the first question, we never mentioned interface on during the lecture, so I was just like, okay, let's Google it, and that's fine. Like John doesn't have to, don't feel like you have to go through something on during the lectures so you can do it. Like Google is there, internet is there. It's either we didn't go there yet with John, or he forgot, or it's not there. He forgot to include it into his slides. I don't know what the reason would be. The thing is, don't feel like you have to stop because you don't understand something. You just Google it, Java interface, and let's find something. I think I used this. Yeah, I read it. So it explains very nicely what interface is. It's actually very useful article, so read it. It's not that long. I know I'm scrolling here. It looks like it's very long, but it's not. I read it in a couple of minutes, and basically what it says, I'm gonna just try to summarize it. Um, Basically what it is it it kind of, you can use it later in your classes, in your main kind of classes where you want to have certain methods, like here, calculate grade and assign grade, and that's it. You just say, I want in the future, when I implement this interface, I want my program that I'm going to create in the future to have those methods that are kind of not they're just declared in that interface. So let's start with creating calculate grade interface. You do it that way. We can use VI if you want, or we can just go and create here, but just not to use too much the nice GUI, the graphic user interface. Sorry, I always have to remember how to, what is that? What does it stand for? So let's do VI as we know how to use VI, and just say calculate grades.java. Yeah, we want to create something called Java, and I'm going to just do colon W, and that's saved, that's created. I don't want to work in VI to be honest. I'm going to just do colon Q, enter. So I quit, and but if you open your assignment here, yeah, there you go. Calculate grade Java is there. So I'm going to just open it, like you can open it in Notepad++ or in here in Cloud9 or any other environment you prefer. Okay, so basically all you need to do is start your Java file and just say something like this, public, because you want to use it in other files. Interface calculate grade, okay, and nothing here. Just open the curly brackets and write public int calculate grade average. Grade, and I think this is exactly what he calculate grade average, assign grade. Okay, that's it. So here we just declare there's going to be something called calculate grade average in any class that will implement this interface, and then public string assign grade. Okay, and again we just say there's going to be, so let's go through it now. Public means anyone can access it. If you create a I think in this package, so it's like one folder here that's called package, and that package can see each other, and depending on the access I assign here, you either can access it or not. Although even though you're in the same package, if it's public, then anyone in that package can, any class can access it. On the other hand, if I set private, only this file can access it, which wouldn't make sense to create an interface that we want to access in the future to make it private. That wouldn't work. So it has to be public. Then interface, it's a thing in Java that you can see the color, that it's like, it's not, if it's white, it means that that's something custom. That I just made that up, that name here. But interface is in purple, so that means that exists somewhere in Java, that has a function here. Okay, so then we say again public, it has to be accessible from outside of that file, of this Java file. Integer, so that method will return an integer, and the same here, that method will return string. And that's it. That's all we have to know about this interface. I recommend reading this. I'll paste this. I'll put that link into somewhere in the description or whatever. And also just go, YouTube this problem. So some guys can explain it very well. Java interface, and this guy explains it pretty well. I think this guy, no, he wasn't very well. I think this guy is very good. Yeah, Derek Banas. He explained it pretty well as well. So just go through it. What I do, it's silly, but what I do is when I go to gym, um, I watch those little videos. So you can go on uh, bicycle, yeah, stationary bicycle, and just put your phone in front of you and put the headphones on and just watch those guys. The more you watch, the more you read, the better you understand. Okay, so that's the first question. We will focus on the next one in the next video. Cheers.